Hi, I'm Michi and welcome to Daily Reflections. Today figure out, we'll discover how to make it as a product owner of a software product. Um, Disclaimer, no, I don't have a silver bullet, but I will share my experiences with you and we'll talk a little bit about what I have learned over the years in that role and in that industry in general, and basically tell you what is important to me in that particular role, either from my personal perspective or when I'm in the position of hiring a product owner. So, a product owner is something very particular to software products, especially if you're developing software in accordance with a more or less by the books Scrum process, which is one of the agile development methodologies. And a product owner can be either working together with the product manager, or in some companies, the product owner is also the product manager, or the product manager has responsibilities that usually lie with the product owner. So there's no standardized way of what a product owner, or no standard of what a product owner is, and how they um, his or her responsibilities deviate from a product manager if we look out into the real world. If we have a look into the books, there's a clear distinction between a product manager and product owner. And the way I would put it is that the product manager cares more about the strategic positioning and how to move forward with the product on a higher level, involving economic assumptions and decisions. And the product owner is the one who derives from that product roadmap the different features and tries to figure out with the actual users on what's important to them related to a specific feature, and then translating it in a way that the software development team can actually implement it. And best case is that a product owner working with the software development team has either on the team or as an external resource also a UI UX specialist. And ideally, there's also someone taking care of the technical design of particular features and how those features shall be implemented and how they fit into the bigger picture from a technical point of view. But in other circumstances, it could be that the product owner needs a stronger technical background and does some of those things without having those special roles supporting him or her. So now, what's important for a product owner? As you see, product owner can, or what it takes as a product owner can vary depending on the actual situation and what other members are on the team and how the company is structured. In general, and at least the product owner should have a sound understanding of or sound technical understanding of the product, the technologies used to a certain extent. It doesn't really help if a person acting as a product owner doesn't understand how software is developed and how that particular software works under the hood. And then a product owner should come with some understanding and even better, some experience, some skills in terms of UI UX, usability. Um, Again, especially if there's no particular person taking care of that. And in any circumstances, a product owner should be able to draft together uh, um, raw mockups that other people can work with and understand in terms of how that application should look like, should work, should behave from the user's point of view. And then, quite important as a product owner is communication. Um, a verbal communication, but also in writing, because what the product owner does most of the time is connecting the different people having different point of views and trying to get everybody on the same page and find common ground so that all the different stakeholders, whether it's management or it's the UI UX designer or it's the user customer and their needs and the developer that actually has to implement that stuff. And the product owner should be able to understand all these different perspectives, should be able to align those different people, and therefore it's a important to understand it, and b it's very important that the person is can communicate with other people well, because that will be something that a product owner is doing most of the time. So if you have a look into the day of a product owner, you have usually lots of meetings. You are meeting with the users, meeting with the customers, meeting with other stakeholders like management, UI UX. You bring those people together. You have daily meetings with your development team. You will have a look at the progress, and at some point you will also have to put all that information in writing so that it's transparent, shareable, and people have access to that information, and also are able to understand what you're trying to communicate. And at the end of the day, if you look at the bigger picture, it's management, the product manager, having some kind of future state of the product in mind, put it in a roadmap, and then you have at the other end the development team that is putting that kind of vision into code. And in between the product manager is the translation layer that also factors in and gets the user needs and tries to get feedback from them to see whether what management or the product manager thought was important and what the technical team, the developers, told you what is doable, and tries to figure out whether that still makes sense, defines the scope, because as I said, not everything can be done and not everything is really needed, and sometimes there are things that are left out and have to be incorporated. So the product owner is that translation layer and moves that information forward to the team that is implementing it. And if everything works well, then that comes back as the implemented application, shows it to the user, they're happy, shows it to management, they're happy, users are using it, and job well done. So summarizing the two things that are important as a product owner from what I've seen and experienced is good understanding of a variety of areas, including software development, technologies, users, software users, usability, and user UI UX, meaning user interface, user experience, and then also communicating well. That's in a nutshell. Um, if you're interested in becoming a product owner, we can talk about that as well. And now I'm looking forward to hear what you think about what a product owner is and what he or she should be able to do. What are the qualities you're looking for in a product owner? And with that, thanks for listening. It was my pleasure. Looking forward to see you next time. Take care.